Metal Dungeon for the original Xbox. 2002, I think. I can check on the other screen. Or 2004. Don't really remember. I'm enjoying this a lot. Like, based on the title and all the screenshots, I thought I was gonna enjoy it. It's slightly better than I expected, so that's pretty good. The game has 10 areas total. We are working on area 8. And I need to do a little bit of farming. Because we are too weak to deal with that. We can get to the boss, but we can't kill the boss. The main limiting factor is healing. I think what I need to do is just increase the agility on our caster so he can heal faster. Or get more healing on our analyst. Analyzer, something like that, which is Sakura. In either case, we need more healing. More healer, faster healing. Which means we need farming, we need levels. Of course, if our other characters get more health, that also helps. If we get better armor, that also helps. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes today. So let's move over here. 2002. It's a pretty old game. Not as old as most of the stuff we play, but pretty old nonetheless. Let me fix this. There, should be good to go. I'll be starting the timer in a moment. Let me just... Okay, everything seems to be in order. Yeah, okay, I'm starting the timer. So we have a lot more money than I have anything to do with. Like, we have 134,000. But like I said, what we need to do is farm on level 8. Area 8. Where we can't cast spells until we find the thing we need to disable. The terminal on each floor. Of course, killing the boss without disabling the field on the 3rd level is impossible. And yeah, we need to open these, see if we can find upgrades. I'm gonna be saving the dopes for the boss. Vital unit. Oh, that's the thing that increases vitality in case you need to... Yeah, if you have to res someone on the level which we don't, they lose vitality permanently, and if it gets to a certain amount, you can't cast them anymore. It's probably expensive and all. I don't think we'll be ever using it. I wish I could zoom the map in and out. Especially on these larger levels. We are doing quick battles because we have seen all of these enemies, so we just need to farm really fast. Okay, we have found a thing already. It's either the terminal or... Well, it could be the elevator heading down. Which we might take. If it is... It's the morgue. Because the other thing it could have been. Morgue is pretty useless. It serves a purpose of recovering characters that die. If like your entire party dies, then you can bring another party here to recover, but we don't have another party. If our entire party dies, we just reset. Trying to recover them would not be a smart thing to do. We're farming. The levels do help, of course. But I keep thinking that the main thing we want is to find better equipment. I think that's going to be more upgrades than levels. Because I feel like we level very slowly. We have to clear an area like this like twice at least before you get enough for a sizable chunk of upgrading. Not that it is not useful, I just feel like the items have more of an effect than the XP. And we also accumulate some dopes, which we'll probably need for the boss. I haven't gotten any upgrades though. Even if we find equipment, it's not necessarily going to be an upgrade because I already got some stuff on the previous delve. Okay, this is either elevator or terminal. Probably elevator. Yeah, I'm taking it. Although that makes it harder for me to backtrack. Because I can't leave this dungeon until I find a terminal, so I can cast. .44 arm, so I can cast the spell that lets me go back to the surface. And if we get low health in this level, we would need to go back to the previous level before we could even consider escaping. But we should be fine. Kind of avoiding fights until we can go back to healing ourselves every now and again. We're not gonna find another morgue, there is only one per area. What we can find is the terminal for this level and the elevator to the next one. And of course, enemies. I did update the emulator. We're still getting the bug that makes some of the textures, like the one on the floor right now, look glitched. Spectral fists, I know that one, that's the stupid one. It doesn't let you level up. No experience increase, yeah, oh, that's stupid. But I think the bug that slows down battle intros might be fixed, but it depends on the enemies, so it's a bit too early to tell. Like this intro is not slowing down, but we'll have to see if it's fixed on the boss. Bosses always slow it down. Anything there? Oh, there was. Just gonna miss this one. Because it's also darker right now because of the anti-magic. Haze makes the dungeon darker. When we find the terminal, it brightens up again. This is a large group. And the damage is all spread. I tried to focus, I wasn't fast enough. This is horrible. I didn't take that much damage. Still getting close to when we Spectral Rod. I think I already have it. Yeah. The Spectral Rod is not like the Spectral Fists. It doesn't have the stupid no XP debuff. Of course, the damage is all spread again. They like taking damage. Of course, it's spread. That guy's low on health. I need to find the terminal. I need to avoid enemies. Find the terminal. Or head back in a hurry. Hard helm. Defense 7, 15, 18. Okay. One upgrade. I might start running from these fights. Even if they're not that hard, like I can't accept more damage until we can heal, otherwise we will end up in trouble. It's just one guy, it's whatever. It's hitting on the weak guy, Jesus. Okay, run away, thank you. Archblade. I think I already have that. head and it's weaker. This is 70, this is 58, yeah. Part. New spell. Steel Crusher. This is 73. This is 76, so it is an upgrade and it reduces agility less than the other one. So another upgrade. That's just one guy. Pull down the next hit if he doesn't attack first. Thank you. I'm almost hitting those guys. There's a chest here. Can I get it? Thank you. Oh, there is no door here. I thought there was. Please, terminal. Spike shoulder. 12 and 12. It is an upgraded 18. Okay, this might be the terminal. Let it be the terminal. I think it's gonna be the elevator though. Burning knuckles. Oh, the abstractism. Boldly approach to identify metal. Yep. Looks like the metal here is made of metal. Okay, that is weak. Yep, it's the elevator. Please, terminal. No, I'm running. Okay, this is the terminal. Yep, it's wood. Yeah, I know that one. Accurate results with simple tools. Yes, thank you. Okay, now I can actually do a little bit of healing. Okay, now the floor is bright. We can actually go downstairs. But we're not facing the boss. I don't think we can do the boss. Just doing some more farming. If I need more health, I can take the elevator up and heal. What's going on in game? We are on level 8, area 8. Area 8 has 3 levels. And they have this yellow haze, which means we can't cast spells. It's why the level is dark and it's why we can't heal. Each floor has a terminal. If you activate the terminal, you can dispel the haze. So you can go back to cast spell. So we can't heal until we find the terminal. That goes for each level. Now I can't deal with the boss yet. We tried it once, it was too hard for us. So right now what I'm doing is just exploring to find items and get experience. We are farming a little bit. And that's pretty much it. Once we are finished with this area, we'll have 2 more before we can beat the game. Mapping. Yeah. Although when we leave the map resets anyway. Oh, the terminal. Okay. I'm pretty sure you don't need to activate the terminals on this area to deal with the boss. And now we can heal again. So I'm mostly beelining for these chests, see if we can find more upgrades. And grabbing whatever experience we have to on the way. And no, the slowdown is still here. It depends heavily on the enemy. Spectral fists, they are horrible. Already have prepared to sell guard jacket. Okay, I don't know about that one. Weakest one is a few hard jackets. This, and this. You upgrade by... oh shit. 36, that's quite an upgrade, which is good because Sunfall had very little defense compared to the others. Okay, good. That's why we are here. For the upgrades. Steel Crusher, is that the one we just got? Yeah. Empty. I have been told by Yoshinaka, who has played this game before, that usually this is the level that people who are experienced with the game. It's where they use all the packs they saved up to this point. So instead of, not the packs, the dopes, instead of selling them, which is what I did, they save those up and they use it on this level because of how annoying it is compared to the other ones. But it's fine. We have made it. We can make it to the boss. And we are starting to save some dopes for when we do an actual run. Which I could try. Like, save the game, use the dopes, go for the boss, and if it fails, reload. But like I said, what I really think we need to kill the boss is just casting healing faster. Like, we keep dying with a bunch of healing charges because we can't cast it fast enough. I would like to find the boss room to make sure we can open it without finding all terminals, because I don't remember. Because that determines just how much we can actually beeline for the boss on a future delve. That guy gives a decent chunk of experience. It's over 1,000 for a single guy. Another windbreak. We have this one, it's 17. So it's an upgrade for this. That was close. Okay, that was a full loop. I think there might be a door to the east. I don't think this one is going to lead us to the boss. Hello there, Pinikos. You think Pale Blue Camel played this years ago? I had never seen this one before. Those shadows suck. Well, shadows used to be horrible, yes. In this era. Which is why I tend to prefer when games just do like those sprite blobs. Games from this era, at least. Like, they're functional enough and they are charming. But these projected shadows with that kind of... that low resolution and everything, they don't age too well. But no, it was so modern. Did I make them insanely boring on purpose? Yes? They go by like 5 times faster. We are currently farming. I enable the animations when we are seeing new enemies. Right now we're just farming. So, we're trying to be expedient. But they're a little bit boring anyway, because they fight on their own. Like, vaguely remember seeing it before. Because I can give them orders, but by default they're all attacking, which is what you want to do anyway. And this guy could cast spells, but this level doesn't let you cast spells. That's... Thanks for all the help. You're welcome. I hope it works for what you need, and if you need any adjustments, let me know. I mean, I keep offering people help. I'm glad when people take me up on my offers. Another 45 units. That's good. That's better than the item upgrades. Item upgrades eventually get replaced. 45 units. Forever. Another dope. Wait. Okay, me there. Hello there, little Uchiro. Welcoming. I don't know this spell. Their room looked different. I think that might be the... Hang on, I think it was different. Yeah, it has this. This will lead me to the boss. I can't kill the boss now. Fire gun. I think we had a fire gun. It wasn't good. No, we have it equipped. Okay. But we're not doing the boss. I just want to see if I can get there. Because we did not activate all terminals. I think you don't have to. On this stage. Yeah. But we're not doing that. Okay, items. Order by kind. Yeah, and I'm gonna put the spells away. Wait. Oh, we don't have this one, I don't think. This is a large cure. Oh, this is... Oh, fuck! Okay, this is amazing. You can only cast it 4 times, though. Requires defensive spell 27. Large damage. Okay, some of these spells are actually pretty good. Hang on. We can't equip this. Why? Attack spell point, maybe? Yeah, attack spell point. Well, we can fix that. That should be enough. We can equip that. I want to cast faster. And I want more health on him and everyone else. So physical 18. I can always reload if I'm not satisfied with the leveling up. Physical 18. And Yeah. Sure. Then again, I want to use these. This is for carry. Their carries are 5. I don't need to increase those, so I can put it on. This guy's carries 4, but he doesn't need... The guys that don't have spells, they don't need individual carries. I'm not gonna attach that carry to anyone yet. Arm is for targeting. Or Ryoshinaka probably makes better use because he wants arm, but he spends more money on more skill points on it. Okay. Targeting. So we are doing physical 18 on everyone. At least. But the upfront guys can go for 20 or 21 even. I think 21 at least for the front guys. You know what? 22. No. I'm going for 22. Right, so for example, you are gonna do this. No, that's fine. So you can go to 23 just because it's like his thing to be better on that specifically. Everything else, like, just do more damage. And now you can get all of these. Very big group heal, very big single heal, and very big damage. Flarzette. Fart. And we're gonna sell the shit that is not nailed down. I'm gonna keep the dopes and the cures. Nope. The packs, they are not cure, we are not interested. What an unfortunately named item, which one of them? There are a few. Dope. Ah, the dopes. The dopes are dope. What are you talking about? There is worse stuff in here. Winners don't do drugs. Well, I'm glad I'm not a winner. I think I don't use those, but I'm gonna keep them in storage. You know, drugs are freaking expensive. That's why I don't do them. That's the easiest way, like, if you don't want people to do drugs, just play the economic side of it. Who can afford drugs in this economy? You want to know something funny? Always. You know what? I'm gonna do a dive for the boss. Maybe with those levels and that health and those new healing spells. When you were briefly testing Cycle Patrol R, you wandered your V-Stalker into deep water. Apparently the key to use the skate causes you to rise in the water up until you actually leave the water. Thanks, Vili, for at least considering someone will get their V-Stalker into water. Oh, there you go. I mean, someone is going to do the thing. Like when you're trying to... Old programmers saying, right, you're trying to make a program that is idiot-proof and the universe is conspiring to create a better idiot. Not calling you an idiot, it's just an example. Today I was explaining some interface that I made to these people, and I started by saying, look, I'm gonna explain the interface I made. If you have to explain an interface, that means the interface is shit. I know that interface is not my strong suit. I told you guys that. And you'll have to test that just to see what would even happen. You wouldn't think a giant robot and underwater would mix. Yeah, you wouldn't. I would expect it to just sink. I shouldn't be doing these fights, actually. I should be escaping. Eh, whatever. I do have to find the terminal on the 3rd level so I can cast spells during the boss fight. I absolutely can't kill the boss otherwise. Half protector. Oh, I'm good here. I'm tired of my full ones. This is 30, 20. Okay, 20 on this guy. 62 total. Yo. Sakura. Half protector is better. It does sink. Can walk around as normal underwater. Just skate key instead propels you upward and to actually leave the water, then it functions as skating as usual. Sounds reasonable. What game did I play where... There is a game I played, I remember that if you got to the bottom of the... of underwater, and you got to the sea floor, whatever, then you would move faster than if you were just swimming, which made a lot of sense because you could use your legs on the ground to propel you forward. Not every game, very few games do that. 17, 18, 18. This game looks like it probably was very popular in Japan and nowhere else. It does feel very Japan-ish, yes. Yeah, I'm surprised that I've already found so many people that even knew this game existed, let alone played it. Because to me the Xbox by itself is already kind of a fever dream of our console. A rapid gun. Like, part of me is still not convinced it exists. Look how wizardry exploded. Yeah, no, pretty much. This game has a lot of mechanics that you can tell come from that kind of... Dome Hammer. What is this? Freaking World of Warcraft. Oh, it reduces your HP. For 3 strength? No, thank you. Windows C on the Dreamcast. I know, I think my Dreamcast has... I mean, all Dreamcasts have the logo. I think all of them? My Dreamcast whines dyingly when I turn it on. Just like my 360. Both need replacement, but yeah, I can't. There are some Dreamcast games that say powered by Windows technology if it has to boot Windows C to run. Sorry to hear that. Hard helm. Does anyone still need a hard helm? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can upgrade to that. Hard helmet. I'm running. I think the Xbox's firmware is based on Windows XP or Windows 2000. I have no idea. Like I said, the Xbox is a freaking... What if Microsoft made a console and everyone was laughing? Except Microsoft, they actually went and made it. And then someone decides to call it DirectX Box. They're like, that name is dumb, can we shorten it? And then they go ahead and call it one of those consoles the X-Bone. And everyone is like, why? Because when people ask for which console it is, you can say, oh, it's for the one. And then everyone will be, ooh, the one. Yeah, no, that's dumb. And then instead of getting their next series and calling like the Xbox 4 or whatever, and then having the Pro version or something, no, they freaking call it the Xbox Series. And then they put letters to indicate which kind of Xbox Series console it is. And that naming is Wii U levels of bad. It's funny how it uses an x86 processor, then the 360 goes to PowerPC, then it goes back to x86 but uses x86 and 64. Everyone goes there except for Nintendo. What the fuck is this decade? I'd like to blame Apple just because you mentioned Apple, and I like to blame them for things. I'm still freaking annoyed that I have an iPad 2 and the freaking thing is a paperweight. While my mom has a shitty Samsung tablet with less than half the hardware, released 3 years before, and it's still going. Because, like, she can install everything, she can read, she can watch YouTube, she can do whatever. The iPad doesn't do anything because Apple says, nah, buy another one. I'm never... I already have a large shield. I always say, like, there was a time there, up until, like, the iPhone 6, maybe, where Apple shit was better than Android shit. Like, demonstrably. After that, like, fuck off with Apple shit. I stands for idiotic. You know what's stupid is that I was looking at some of the games for the Looney Tunes retrospective, and they were listed, okay, this is for Android, iOS, and iPad. And then I remember, yeah, iPad doesn't run iOS. Even though it's literally the same shitty phone, but with a larger screen. It's a different quote-unquote operating system. Man, I got so many upgrades. If I die to the boss, I'm gonna be slightly annoyed. Oh look, we got a best viewers bot. Banned. One of these days I'll be clicking the ban button on a bot and someone will speak right as I click it and open the wrong person. It's always a concern for me. Yeah, meanwhile, my previous Android phone, I replaced it after like 5 years because the battery doesn't hold a charge. It's still getting updates. Like, I could use it on an emergency. I have an iPhone 4 or 6 somewhere. That thing is just a glorified paperweight. Slashing claws is weaker. Alright. The only reason I didn't mod you was because you never... volunteered, and as I've mentioned before, I only do that to people who volunteer. And who have VIP status on my stream. I don't know why you don't. But they're skipped straight to mod. There you go. Mutually exclusive. Yeah. Usually what I do is people who I know for long enough in chat, I tend to give them VIP just because it's a cool looking badge and everything. And then every now and again I remind people, if you have a VIP and you want to be a mod, just say so. I'm not asking people because I don't want people to like have to say no if they don't want, and be uncomfortable about it. Because it's a responsibility, like I'm not gonna ask people to do it. You missed the action. It's fine. Automod is catching those. I banned them for like peace of mind. Automod has been good with those lately. They're like, oh, this is likely a ban evader. Weren't those already blocked? Oh, you deleted. Okay. Every now and again someone on my chat starts joking. Yeah, we are the best viewers and I have to clear their message. Alright. Enjoy. Oh, this is... No, this... We don't want this. This sends us back to the surface. No, we want the terminal and the boss. And why did you block that? Or do you have anything against cryptocurrencies? You not like getting rich? They're the future, you know. Already have a steel crusher equipped. Yep. Do you notice the asterisks? Yeah. Advanced community management. Yeah, the Luchiro has their entire investments tied up in cryptocurrencies. Yeah, I'm still going for the boss here. It's going to stink if we have to reset because of the upgrades. But I think we can do it because we got that new healing spell. Can only cast it a few times, but every time it's a full reset on our health, so that should be fine. I can alternate big heals and full resets. We got a little bit of... Nope, nope. Nope. Escape. Okay, this one is fine. Big sleeping. I had to do a big sleep yesterday. I did a nap. And I come in here, okay, I'm getting ready for the stream. I'm gonna end this thing, and I sit down in front of the computer, I look at the screen and like, nope, that wasn't enough. And then I had to cancel this stream, and then I slept for over 8 hours. And tomorrow is Saturday. So much stuff I'd like to do, but I might end up just sleeping another 10 hours. Speaking of big sleeping, hello there, Musi Fate. 8 hour me, yes. You get 5, 6 max. I mean, for some people it's enough. But ever since I got this watch as a gift, it tracks my sleeping time. Every day when I get near streaming time and I'm feeling a bit groggy, I look it up, I slept less than 8 hours. Every day I get to streaming time and I'm fully awake, I know I've slept more than 8 hours. Like it's like clockwork. It's each person has a different need. I envy people who sleep like 5 hours and they're fine. Oh, it's not enough for you. I'm sorry to hear. I thought you meant that you were getting... You only needed that. And I'm like, good for you. Man, so many upgrades. I'm tempted to not go for the boss. I'm not going for the boss on this attempt, chat. We got too many upgrades to risk it like that. I'm sorry. I know that's... You're the locksmith. I'm a locksmith. And I'm a locksmith. Time for you to sleepy sleep as best as you can. Yeah, alright. You have a good sleep, my friend. Have a good rest. So you can be fully energized for your streaming. Yeah, yesterday I was going to take a nap before the stream, and I kind of did. But I made the mistake of taking a nap while my cats were still awake. And they get weirdly possessive when I'm trying to get sleep. They're like, how dare you not be awake for us? And they start meowing at the door and scratching the door, and they don't let anyone sleep. Because I hadn't put them away in their little sleeping room yet. Which is basically what they're saying, like, put us away for sleep, right, meow. Just put them in their room. Yeah, pretty much. And lately, like, it's been cold here where I live. We're entering and leaving winter as we try to inch closer to it. Now that's getting very close to getting colder. They want to go to be put to bed even earlier. And like, usually when you put them to bed, if you stay there in the kitchen next to their room, making noise, they start scratching and complaining about the noise. But in the winter like this, I'm running from this. We have a terminal right here. Before Tiger Ting dies. Because it's so cold, they are too busy warming themselves up in their beds, so they don't come to the door to complain. Like, they don't have time for it. Yeah, he's going to sleep, you can be locked in the room. Yeah, my cats are weird. I love the little derps. Our bigger cat, he has a thing for these boxes where we buy the milk. They're about slightly larger than he is. So he goes inside them, he turns on his back, and he starts to bite small pieces of cardboard and spit them out. Bite, spit them out. And he does that until there's nothing left. So he's inside the box and he undoes it from the inside like a freaking rodent. And then you come on the next day and you have like half a box and a truckload of little nuggets of cardboard spread over. And we have to keep like hitting neighbors like, hey, do you have like a milk box somewhere? Our cat already destroyed his last one. Lasted a week this time. They vocalize when they do stuff like stretching or like shaking their head. Not usually. Not usually, no. One of our cats, like, every day we give them the wet food. Once a day we give them a little bit of wet food. Usually it's the dry food for the kibbles for the day, but then they have like a little treat. Our older cat is used to it. He's old and fat and sitting where he expects his food to be placed, just waiting. Our younger cat, it's been over a year that he's been on this system. He still meows anxiously and angrily, where is the fucking food? Is this the day you're not gonna give it to me? No, we always give it to you. He doesn't care, he's still meowing. Our bigger cat just shakes their head like, dude, pipe down, it's coming. It sounds like he's dying. It's fine, Kinikos. Thank you for the help. You'd love it if I follow the trail to a new hiding space. No, but he doesn't leave a trail. It's all in there around the box. He's not that energetic. Your does when she shakes her head. She goes like... That's cute, yes. Okay, I'm gonna sell the stuff we don't need anymore. And yeah, I did this because it was too many... Oh, an arm plus. I'm gonna apply the arm plus. Arm plus 3. Outstanding, that's a lot of damage. Emotional damage. If I ever played Dark Castle... Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the exact sound, but... I always think of that game when I think of Crazy Castle, even though they're nothing alike. Okay, now we go for the boss. You're fresh on your final fresh install of Windows 11 to see how it is before sending the PC back to China. Alright, good luck with that. Wanted to be doing when you lost all the data. Oh well, I'm glad I could be of assistance. Like, because I was telling Kinikos this before. Sometimes I offer to help people. And I think that sometimes they don't think I'm being serious. They're like, oh, he's just like being nice. No, it's... I genuinely enjoy helping with shit like that. And a lot of the time I can use that as like a good opportunity for learning. Like Kiniko's wanted help with like Lua scripting for OBS. And then I flexed my Lua muscles a little bit. I haven't done Lua scripting in a while. Doesn't mean the scripts were good, but I learned a couple of things. Better than doing random projects that no one is gonna use. Sometimes I offer help, but I never mean it. Sometimes there is always a dickhead that just goes like, "Yeah, no, I'll take it." I used to kid that it's considered polite to offer food. Like if I'm having cookies, it's polite for me to offer, do you want some? It's also polite for the other person to refuse. Okay, it's like social contract and everything, chat. Come on. Okay, this was quick. Yeah, this is a boss dive. We'll never refuse. You hate that kind of rubbish. Yeah, welcoming Kibitz. I'm just kidding. Of course. Instead I won't offer. I'm usually like painfully honest with that shit. Like back when I didn't work from home, if I did take food with me, and I would be like, dude, just so we're clear, not being rude or anything, I'm fucking hungry and this package of cookies is all I have. Okay, this is the boss, but I need to find the terminal first. Hint, hint. We're doing this, but we don't really mean it. Yeah, I don't do that. Like, I don't like deceptive, fake, manipulative people, so I try not to be one. And yes, I'm ignoring the chests, because otherwise I'm gonna get cold feet on doing the boss again. This is the polite way of single home already. Ultimate end of the bullshit spam. We'll see about that. There's always a better spammer out there. But thank you for the work, Kinikos, I appreciate it. Sometimes you don't think it's even deceptive, it's just how being cultured to be polite. It varies from culture to culture. There are things that are considered polite in different cultures that are just annoying. I don't know, man. If I'm visiting someone and then you want to go home and you can't go home without coming up with an excuse. And our excuses usually are cats. Oh yeah, we didn't feed them this week. They're probably gonna die if we don't go back right now, or something. But why can't you just be like, yeah, no, this was fun. I'm done. Yeah, hello. Ignoring the chest is because of social contract. Would you like? Yes, I'm being polite to the chests. Cats at home, fucking corporate using as an excuse again. I have an aunt that does that all the time. We every time she leaves, we're like, yeah, did you see? She talked about her cats just so she could leave again. She doesn't even try to hide it. But because I don't care, I just find it funny. Those wild cards can defeat any possible permutation of those messages. Alright. Pale Blue Camel did play it, alright. I would assume if it was a few years ago, I would assume he played it on actual hardware. Which means actual Xbox, because this game is not supported by backwards compatibility. An old friend would be offered to do things, he just... So no excuse, nothing, just no. Knowing how to say no is... like a very useful skill to have. And it's something that is culturally unacceptable in Brazil. Like, people will hate you for saying no. Like, you need to come up with a clever, convoluted excuse, but don't say no. And that's bullshit. I just have to find the elevator back. He had an OG Xbox, alright. Gigantic hard drive. What, like a Bigfoot? I had a Bigfoot. I think it was a gigabyte. Didn't have a good track record at being reliable. It offended some people there, but it was nice. Yeah. Like, for example, I hate it when I would be like, I haven't done that in decades. But when I would be like, hey, we should play a game, a multiplayer game sometime, and yeah, no, we should, let's set it up, let's find something, and then 2 weeks later, hey, maybe we should, you know, do that thing, yeah, no, sure, and they have no intention of playing with me, why do they string me along? Just say, no, fuck off. It's fine. It's better than what you're doing. No, I don't think I will. Yeah, there you go. You mean he had a hard drive full of so many different games and so third-party loader. Alright. Yeah, I know it wasn't a Bigfoot drive. It doesn't fit most things you put a hard drive in. Alright, I'm gonna use the dopes. I'm not gonna use all of them, I'm gonna keep some for later. Can use one of these on Sunfall so he can cast his healing spells faster. Alright. Ah yes, let me change the animations. Okay, let's do the boss. You should be fine. Someone asked you to do a thing online and they saw you streamed. This... I think we saw this, right? Yeah, this guy's pretty cool. Yeah, sure, I'm busy this week. What about the following Sunday? Here's the game we can play. Like taking it back. Whoa, really? No! What? I never expected you to agree! Stop! Cease! Okay, I think that's already pulled back to that's pretty weak. Still, let's do it. Yeah, the frame rate suffers, but I think that's the emulator. It does on certain enemies, all bosses, and some regular enemies. Never asked them, they asked you, and then, yeah. I really don't like to put people in the spot like that. And I try to follow up. But for example, like, Kinikaz asked me for help with Lua stuff. And I said, no, sure. Sure, sounds doable. And then I, like, didn't say anything for a few days while I was busy with other shit, and then I was like, okay, I can take a look at that today. And yeah, And if I couldn't, I would say, look, I'm not gonna have time, and I'm sure they would understand because we're not bullshitting around here. They like the idea of doing it, but they don't like the idea of putting the effort. Wait, why is this boss so easy now? You can emulate an Xbox now? Yes, this is running on an emulator. It's pretty cool. It is. Emulation is awesome. You're an incredibly patient individual when you see the commissioner active just before whatever and don't even ask for updates. I'm usually patient. Unless it's something that I don't know, for example, I was a bit pushy with View and Bork to do the hacks and stuff because I wanted to not have that as a thing that I would... Because I would worry about it until it was finished. But other than that, yeah, that's usually how I do it. And that's usually how I work. Like, professionally speaking. Like, oh, you want me to do this thing? Alright, I'm working on it. I'll let you know. And when it's finished, here it is, like... I really dislike this modern trend of like, oh, let's do a meeting every single day to make sure everyone is actually doing something. Like, fuck off. Stop wasting my time. PS4 emulation has been having fast development the last 14 months. I think I've heard something about that. I could get back to you a year later. No, like, as soon as I said I was gonna do it, that thing gets into the back of my brain. It doesn't leave until I either say, no, I'm not doing it, or it's done. By the way, don't look too hard at my code. It's kind of shit. Yes, there is PS3 emulation. I've only tested it with 2 titles, and it worked on both. I'm sure if you try to play something more, like, popular and known, it's going to be fine. Yes, Bloodborne, there hasn't been a lot of work because of freaking Bloodborne and their refusal to do anything reasonable about it. Okay, time for a big heal. Okay, boss was easy. Co-op stuff for saving rate went about as well as you hoped. It went better than I expected. I was stressed out about that. I mean, you do remember, like, when back in 2023, when you suggested doing some kind of co-op streaming for Sand Warriors, I think it was, or something else. And I was like, yeah, no thank you, that's going to be nerve-wracking. I meant it. The very idea stressed me out. When you suggested doing the hexen thing, I was again like, fucking hell, man, that's going to be tense. And I enjoyed it and everything, but like the logistics of it and everything else just make me feel very nervous. I don't know. Sand Warriors race. Yeah, something or you just, I think at the time you just offered to provide commentary while I streamed. Yeah, Bloodborne is fully playable, last I heard. Each game they solve, give some overlap, solving the next. Yeah, that's how it usually is. That's how it usually is for emulation. Where co-op ended was rather hilarious. You just threw yourself into corrects. Neither of me saw what happened. Yeah, pretty much. Like, you were... If I didn't know you better, I'd say that you wanted to get rid of us so quickly. You just... Here, let me finish the game for you guys so I don't have to deal with your crap anymore. I know that's not what happened, but it did feel like that. It was funny. I kept feeling... we talked about this. I kept feeling bad. Man, Kinikos must be pissed at me for being so slow. The Saturn took a very long time to get anywhere reasonable, considering how old the console is. We need 2 switches and 2 magic orbs, and it's going to have 4 floors. Yeah, they had a lot of health. Most of the time I couldn't do anything because the levels were too narrow and friendly fire was a thing, so I was just like, I'm gonna attack. Shit, I hate Kinikos again. I could almost see the vein popping from his forehead over voice chat. Alright, let's see what information we get here. For Area 9.
Area 9. Area 9 recording.
Oh, the good actors.
I'm in charge of the 4th Valley in the Guillamel Kingdom. I'm sorry to tell you, but no one has successfully gotten out of here. Please record the information if you successfully advance into the next area. The following is based on stories we've heard from the few survivors who have turned back. It seems Area 9 keeps changing its geographical structure. This is consistent with the testimony of the person who built this facility. There are 2 terminal rooms that can unlock the control room. This also is consistent with the record, but we're not positive about this information. There is one report stating the terminal rooms were activated, but the control room stayed locked. Researchers analyzing this report feel we might need magic orbs to unlock it, but it hasn't been proven. We have learned that the major portion of guard machines have been sent to this area. This probably means you'll encounter severe battles.
Severe.
We place all our hope in your party. Good luck, all of you.
Party. I feel like she's trying really hard to put on an accent. Get ready for severe battles. Good luck to your party. Orb, yes. I know we talked about it, Kinikos. I know you were not frustrated about that. I just felt very inadequate playing. It was funny, it was funny, it was fine. Oh, it's a different tile set. The issue with the metallic textures, man, I wish I knew what causes it, because on my first stream I didn't have it. Oh, one of the things is already here. Wait, this is a door? Oh, we have... skeleton flying fishes? Shadier garbage. Yeah, it's something with some metallic surfaces. It didn't happen... When I first tested the game, it happened. When I first played it on stream, it didn't. And then every stream after that, it happened. I don't know what made it not happen once. I wish I knew. So it could look a bit not bad. I tried changing the backend, the rendering backend, it didn't do anything. We're cyborgs. By the way, no guns, only swords and hammers. No, Sakura has guns. And sometimes bare hands. Yeah, but the bare hands do tank, that's very cyborgic. Of it. Oh, look at this guy. Now that one looks cool. Ting ting. Right in the balls. Right in the thigh. Here's the gun. We have a gun. There we go. Gun. Yeah, let's cook him from below. Fluorescent lamp. I mean, it hurts. Have you ever been hit by a fluorescent lamp? This one time, a friend of mine at school, he was very, very fucking tall. We were playing cards, a group of like 6 people, and he goes like, well, and then he was gonna play a card, and then he hit the lamp and it fell on top of us, and then we just left like no one did anything. No one takes the blame here. Just it's kind of startling, as you can imagine. Oh, it's a reskin. You have decapitated a bot with a fluorescent lamp in ballistic weapons for Unreal Tournament 2004. Is that anything like the... I was gonna say like the Hideous Destructor thing. The Hideous game that you like. I'm sure it isn't. Man, I used to study at a nice school. I remember this because of the fluorescent lamp that a guy hit with his hand. It was a nice school. We didn't have air conditioning because, like, it was the 90s. No one had air conditioning down here. But we had ceiling fans, and this one time one of the ceiling fans spat out a screw at high velocity at someone's forehead. And everyone just assumed that the thing was gonna come crashing down and decapitate someone. And the teacher was having none of it. You sit down and you die because we're still having class. Ballistic weapons comes with this optional add-on called Junk Wars that adds a bunch of clutter items you can use as weapons. Beer bottles, screwdrivers, fluorescent lamps, light bulbs, hand axes, fireman's axes, spiked 2x4s, etc. But you can use a gun instead. I thought we had established that guns are better for that. And I played so much Unreal Tournament. Was it 2004? No, it was an earlier one that I played a lot of. Actually... They have to be using carefully or not hitting shit. It's close to okay, this is straight. Okay, I'll pass. No, the one I played a lot of was this one. I think this is the first Unreal Tournament. Game of the Year edition. Including new game modes. Exploding game modes. Including Rocket Arena, Chaos, or something. Like, because it's in Portuguese, I can barely translate it. Unreal Tournament, yes. Jogo, yes. Jogo do ano. Game of the Year. With all the emotions of the original Unreal Tournament. I liked this game. One of the reasons I liked it was because it had multiple rendering backends, including one called Metal. This is before the Apple Metal. This was a rendering engine supported by S3. GPUs, which was the chipset on my GPU at the time. And it ran and looked so much better for my particular hardware than anything else. It was like the only game I had that supported it. And it looked amazing. It was the first time I had a computer game that looked and played like better and faster than something like a Nintendo 64 game, for example. Is it good in Brazilian Portuguese? No, it's fine. It's fine. No, wait. Wait. Oh, I said it was fine. But they did a weird thing here where they translated action shooter. Action/shooter. Like, action, they translated it correctly to ação, which is Portuguese, okay? But shooter, they translated it to shooter? Like the same word but with C instead of a S? It doesn't mean anything in Portuguese. I don't know what they did here. Oh, it has in all caps, accelerating 3D card not required. Machine translation. No, there was no machine translation back then. No, it's just a bit bad, but like most of it is fine. Images and sounds nearing reality with extremely detailed worlds. Heavy armaments. Smash your adversaries. Yeah, this is copyright 2000. Adult themes, 17 years plus. Yeah. Man, this cover art, I don't know, it looks so good. I'm sorry I'm wasting time on this, but it looks so good with the metallic details up top. Like that. And at the bottom. And it has a little bit, thankfully they didn't translate the writing on the trophy. I don't know if you can see it. I don't think you can. It's a challenge to anyone that took a man down and liked it. Nice. Let's go back to the game. Eat up, Martha. You remember that box? Yeah. Chaos started off as a Quake 2 mod and reimagined a Chaos UT. I played a lot of Quake 1 mods. Including dozens and oh, another reskin of these guys. Including dozens and dozens of hours of the original Team Fortress. I even did like some modding of my own just out of curiosity. And some map making. I first started dabbling in map making with Duke Nukem 3D. But Quake was, of course, a lot more interesting. I have no idea how I managed to figure out anything with Duke Nukem, because it's like that build engine with 2D sectors, but I don't know where I found the guides for that, but I learned how to do the mirrors and the waters you could dive under. Rocket Arena was as old as Quake 1. Yeah, it was available for Quake 3 Arena. I remember playing that in Quake 3 Arena. Like, as much as I played this, I don't recall playing the different modes. I probably did. But it's probably the Unreal game I played the most. The precursor to Tactical Ops Assault on Terror, SWAT. I had the Sierra SWAT Police Quest game. And I only learned a much long time later, another reskin, that the final level, which I did get to and I spent a long time trying to beat, it's unbeatable without a guide. And I was surprised that I couldn't understand what anyone was saying in that game, because I could barely read English at the time, much less understand it. And I still managed to make all the way to the final level. Tactical Ops was original partial TC for UT99 called SWAT. I still find people surprised they even evolved into Tech Ops. Wait! Wasn't... Okay, no, I might be mistaken with a different one. Wasn't there a tactical shooter mod for Quake 3? Urban something? I don't know, you reminded me of that. If you go to mod DB page for Tactical Ops, you can get SWAT Beta 3. Yeah, this thing has a review from Banana Games. You guys remember Banana Games? I used to get maps and skins on that site. It's my sword. We already have it. FPS Banana? No. It says Banana Games. It's a review site. Maybe it is the same, this FPS Banana. I don't actually know what happened to that site. It's the only thing that comes to mind. Am I mistaking them? Because it does say Banana Games there. You found the cool gun. We had one before, it's not that cool. Yeah, it's weaker than what we have. I think it can freeze the enemy, that's why it's called cool. It's not actually cool, it just pretends to be. Hard helm, I think everyone has a hard helm already. Yeah. Game Banana. Could be. What is it with websites, video game websites with banana in their names anyway? Like, what is that? That thing looks... It's a recolor, but... I got the impression it has like the mouth open or something. Dicks, you guys. Oh. Wait, is that always the answer now? Come visit Game Penis. Is that supposed to be like enticing? Why does a flamethrower have a wrecking sound? So he does more damage? I don't know. I mean, doesn't your flamethrower do that? Should have gotten the Plus model. Just realized that if I try to think of a flamethrower in a movie, the first thing that comes to mind, and I can't even think of another one right now, is the one that Carrie Fisher uses in Blues Brothers. Which was the first time I ever saw a flamethrower in a movie. Anyway, it's Sakura's flamethrower, you should ask her. Don't you have a pump action flamethrower? Yeah, right, who doesn't have one of those? Are you even leaving if you don't have a pump action flamethrower? Now there are 2 terminal rooms, but there are 4 floors. I wonder if they're always on the same floors. Once we find them, we know which floors to look. Not having, instead of having to fully explore all levels every time. We need to remove the poison from Yoshinaka. There we go. Always gotta do that knuckle bump before punching someone in the face. You have to make sure it's like properly fastened. Otherwise you can punch and the thing falls off and then you look like a moron. Like it's just to make sure, like you have to always look good. Here, is it? Yeah, it's fastened. Let's go. Paladin's Gauntlet in Hexen 2 play a fucking stone wall smashing Psalm. He does the knuckle bump on selection. Why would you remember that? I know I shouldn't be surprised by now, but like the Star Trek original series aliens that look like eggs over easy. You mean the stone aliens? Or is that New Generation? No, that's the original series. The mind control aliens there once. Yeah, I know which one. Original series, yeah. I've only watched the original series twice, but I do remember. On the very first episode of the original series, there is a scene that is so disturbing to me, where this random guy goes along with Spock, and they see this flower that it looks like colorful or whatever, and they touch the flower and they look at each other and Spock smiles, and I'm like, what? It's so fucking disturbing, man. Because of course they hadn't nailed down the character yet and everything, but still, like, and then there's a flashback of that scene, another episode or something. Basically you see it twice and it's just horrifying. Hexen 2 co-op will probably be a lot less stressful since it's a proper 3D engine and friendly fire can be disabled. I mean, there is always save and rate next year. It's so stressful to come up with milestones and challenges for save and rate. And they always say, like, you don't You don't have to have those. You shouldn't stress out. They're supposed to be right in the walls. It's supposed to be a relaxing event for everyone. But everyone stresses because everyone wants to do a good job. Accent 2 is a great time co-op. Every game is a good time co-op if it is with Kinikos and Bork. See, I'm sucking up. I know how to do that. I should do Diablo 4 co-op with Absentia, so I can talk shit about the game, and she's annoyed the whole time. You like collaborating with other people if you only put up with another king with the personality of a brick wall. And I wouldn't do a stream one of those. Like like a pleasant, friendly other king like Kinikos, sure. An annoying one like that, no. See, I'm still doing it. Miss. It didn't look like a miss, but fine. The textures on those claws are kind of weird because they're kind of transparent. I don't know if it's supposed to look like flames. Giant enemy crab. Yeah, I'm not surprised because it's not the first one. They just changed like the textures, I think. And this one doesn't have guns on its back, so it's kind of a downgrade. We do look more closely at the enemies on the archive when we go back to the surface. Remember, giant enemy crabs were a legit real thing in ancient Japanese history. I like that meme where they gave a knife to a crab. Even made it into some games. There were crabs with knives in World of Warcraft. The guy at the PS3 launch event says so. Well, of course you can trust that. Like accurate accounts from ancient Japan. There is a PS3 game that I own that I really want to play. I've seen one person stream it before. It's not the most... It's not obscure by any means. It's 3D Dot Game Heroes. I feel like I would freaking love that game. Still haven't even opened the case. Speed boots! Alright, I'm tired of slow boots. Let's go. We have a few 10 defense ones, so this one. Oh, it gives agility. Oh, never mind. Soundfall. Hi. It reduces defense though. And for him that's a problem, but it's only one. Yeah, I'm going for it. Game Heroes is great. Most people don't stream it because last you looked them out against doesn't work in emulation for some reason. Super pricey. Yeah, I got lucky with it. I heard it was good at the time, and I imported it, which at the time was cheaper, and it's still sealed and everything, and had the manual and everything. And man, it looks so freaking amazing. Return to the golden age of gaming and embark on a nostalgia-laden pixel hero's quest across vast 3D landscapes and mysterious dungeons to save Dotnia from a legendary evil. I mean, look at the size of that sword here. Look at this, the guy with the sword just... And really have to play this game someday. Atlas. Published by Atlas. Developed by Silicon Studio. Should play this someday. Now that I can stream from the... Like it was $720. Yeah, I paid cheap for it. Paid really cheap. You know what is another game I want to play? I don't know if it is expensive nowadays. I remember buying the Xbox 360 version of it. Oh, what is that? What is that? Holy fucking macaroni, that's awesome. Does it have two heads? I think it has two heads. It does. And they're like all off-centered and shit. That's one of the best enemies in the game. Anyway, the other game I want to play, I got it for the Xbox 360. And then they released a PS3 version that had more content. And because at the time I used to import games, I managed to sell the 360 version here in Brazil and import the PS3 version and still turn up a profit from that. Is Eternal Sonata, which is a JRPG that takes place in Chopin's dreams while he's in his deathbed. And I don't know about you guys, but that sounds amazing to me. It's literally a fever dream of a game. It's an JRPG anime game with Chopin music. You played a bit, it's really neat. Yeah, it has to be. And I don't think it's on PC, right? Pretty sure it isn't. It doesn't have a PC release. I want to stream Blue Dragon. Which... Wait, Blue Dragon does have a PC release, I think. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Because it's Mistwalker. Or Mistweaver, whichever game. They don't do ports. Although that game might be available digitally. Only one that's on PC is Fantasian. Yeah, now that I can't capture, I have an HDMI capture card, there's so much shit I want to go through. I want to do a playthrough of Explosion Man, just to share the ending. That's one of the most crazy endings on any video game ever. And it's very fun. That's a very fun game. Blue Dragon Lost Odyssey are backwards compatible to buy on Xbox. Good. Good. I'm all for accessibility. I wish those games weren't stuck on the Xbox though. I would like to stream Lost Odyssey. The problem with that is that I would want to read every single... What? Holy fuck! He has a machine gun, a retractable machine gun in his belly. Awesome. Gearing up to play Lost Odyssey for the first time in who knows how long. The problem if I played that game is that I would have to read every single short story on stream, and that would take me hours just of reading. And I absolutely cannot play that game any other way. Man, the crab had a retractable minigun in his belly. Freaking awesome. It's a true experience. It is. It's a game about reading. and if you get too caught up in the story, it's also a game about crying, and it's fucking amazing. Minigun Phallus, it's a 10-10. 10 out of 10, yeah. I mean, a crab with that kind of equipment doesn't even have to take you to dinner first. Anything else I would want to stream on the stuff I have physical? Well, there are the Condemned games on Xbox. Some of the best horror games ever made. One of those is not backwards compatible. I would like to do a playthrough of the original Crackdown as well. I've only finished that game twice and it's so good. Second one is available for Windows. It's already the 4th floor, so this can't be an elevator, right? Yeah, this is the thing that leads to the boss, but we need 2 control rooms, terminal rooms, whatever, and the 2 orbs. We haven't found any of that. The orbs we can carry from a try to the next, if we find them. Terminal rooms, I still don't know where they are. I'm pretty sure I haven't found any of the orbs. I have been distracted, but... We have a truckload of sustain. I can fully reset everyone's health 4 times per dive. Not to mention all the other area healing. So it's not a matter of that. Just need to know on which levels we have the terminals. If they are fixed. Well, we're gonna fully explore level 4 first, I guess. Get a few upgrades along the way. Hi, Blaster! Hi, Blaster. Hi! This is 61, this is 68. It's an upgrade with no restrictions. No more flamethrower. High gun is probably ballistic, based on the name. They have flamethrowers, they have ballistic weapons, and they have beam laser weapons. Let's see. Ballistic? No, it's a beam weapon. It would be fucking hilarious if this game being called Metal Dungeon had no metal in it. It has no metal music, which is a big disappointment for me. Expected it to be, especially being like early 2000s. Expect it to be like cyborgs and everything. Expected heavy metal music. Just like the most tasteless shit ever. Also, like the walls in this section, they have those green things. I don't know if that's supposed to be rusting or some kind of lingering infection. We're getting closer to the gods of magic, so it could be anything really. And imagine if the last level is like this dark magic stuff all over the walls. Hello there, Absentia. You have been mentioned on stream today. We were discussing co-op streams, and I suggested doing a co-op Diablo 4 stream with you, where I would talk shit about the game all the time and you would be annoyed all the time. I think it would be very successful as a stream. I think people would pay to watch that. Maybe. How's it going, my friend? I have noticed you have been sleepy a lot. You prefer Diablo 2? Oh, really? I used to be under the impression that you really liked Diablo 4 more. You have been pacing tonight. Alright. Be funny if we did that Sand Warriors race. Yeah, that would be so funny, wouldn't it? We need to save that for like when we're really old and unable to stream anymore. Oh, packing. Yeah, your sentence makes more sense now. Are you packing for a trip or are you packing to move? Or are you packing just to put shit away because you're an organized person? She will become Abby wife. Alright. Does she know that? Yeah, I have your feet going underneath yours, basically playing through the game start to finish as fast as possible. Gee, I wonder who would win. Well, good luck with the packing and hopefully you don't break anything. I moved 3 times in my life. First one I was a kid, so I didn't do anything. Second one I didn't have anything important. Third one was very stressful. Third one I had almost everything I have today. The Monster's Pain sound just sounds like someone kicking a trash can in an alleyway. And hurting themselves. Yo, Takahashi, go kick a can somewhere. Take this recorder with you. Ow. Right in the balls. Okay, I think we have seen all the enemies. I'm gonna speed up the combat here. Gyro knuckles have been replaced already. No, they're still equipped. Either way, I'm not interested. Alright. I haven't found a single terminal. I feel like this level is gonna be very long just finding the terminals. Well, that's a death attack. I love those. Who doesn't? Oh, minimum specs. Sorry, I hit the microphone. Windows 95 or Linux. This version of Unreal Tournament supports Linux. It says Linux version included but not supported. That's like, yeah, we tried. 200 MHz Pentium or K6 200 Hz from AMD, 32 megabytes of RAM, CD-ROM 4X or faster, local bus VGA card, or accelerator with 8 megabytes, 300 megabytes of disk space. That's a lot for a 2000. DirectX 7 compatible sound card. Minimum speed 208 kilobits modem for multiplayer. It sucks? Yeah, I bet. It's both. Someone turned that helped out with the 436 patch with a bunch of modding documentation. Then both, yeah. And it has a list of the GPUs that it supports, and it has the one I had back then, which was an S3 Savage something, which is for the metal. But I think for the metal renderer, I needed to get an update. I think it wasn't in the version from the box. This is gonna be a farming dive, because I still haven't found the terminals. But I think we're gonna come out of here with a lot of experience. Oh frick, Tiger Ting is nearly dead. I think one of these enemies does some very big attacks from time to time. That's a big freaking hill. Man, the single target healings from Sunfall are just out of this world. Deus Ex would have got a native Linux port, but Loki Games went out of pieces and other dumb shit happened, so the only thing ever ended up getting released for Deus Ex is the OpenGL renderer. When I played Deus Ex, I used a modern renderer for it. That makes it look better and run better, but man, I really didn't like that game. I need to give it another chance, but because everyone freaking loves it And I thought, you know, this is my kind of game. I didn't like it. I think next time I try to play it, I'm just gonna do a first-person shooter run instead of trying to be smart and think. Just gonna grab the best weapons and kill everything or something. Yeah, DOG Deus Ex. Awfully designed despite being a genuinely phenomenal game. Like, I can see it's good. I just had a hard time enjoying it. It got to a point where I was like, you know what, I don't want to do this kind of level again. Seems like it's a thoughtful, slow burner, or rather than... That's how I played it, and I didn't enjoy it, which is why my next attempt I'll try to play it as a classic FPS, see if that way I can enjoy it. I already tried to do the let me think and hack and take notes, and I don't know, I didn't enjoy playing it like that. It handled fine with the modern render I used. I didn't have problems with that. Although I don't really care too much about the game handling poorly because I'm left-handed, so most games handle poorly out of the box anyway. Like, I prefer old games that don't use WASD by default. You freaking noped the frick out of trying to mod Deus Ex. No, then it must be horrible because you mod everything. Where is... Okay.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, where's the alert? Delicious Coffee, thank you so much for the raid, my friend. Really appreciate it. Bringing your community over here. Welcoming everyone from Delicious Coffee's channel. I'm Copert. I stream from Sundays to Fridays. Mostly old games. We're playing through Metal Dungeon for the original Xbox, released in 2002. On the other side of the week, we are doing a Looney Tunes retrospective. We're playing Shoulder Gear. That's an imaginative name. Where we're playing through every single Looney Tunes game ever made, which is 103 games so far. Welcome, my friend. Still doing Breath of Fire. Oh, plus a ROM hack called War of the Goddess. Interesting. Interesting. Is it like a full conversion, or does it just add a few things? Spaghetti Code. I think I've heard it was Spaghetti Code Kinikos. Yes, welcoming Crube Sauce. And Delicious Coffee, of course. Wish WASD never became a thing. Would have preferred Earthgrid. I would have preferred ESDF. So your index finger is where it's supposed to be on the keyboard. Everyone has hard helmets. No, but shoulders. Everyone has spike shoulders, so lowest defense is you. You get shoulder gear. Yeah. That probably wouldn't have helped left-handers. I mean, I appreciate if a game has like default bindings and then has a set of bindings prepared for left-handed people, but that's so incredibly rare. I don't remember the last time I saw that. And then there are games where certain bindings are just hard-coded. Freaking Cyberpunk was like that. Freaking No Man's Sky has key bindings that some you can only change by editing config files, which I had to do, and I hate that. And then there are some games like No Man's Sky does this. where it has like a set of controls for on foot, on vehicle, on a spaceship, whatever. And you have to set, okay, forward, and you go one by one instead of W up. Why can't I just say everywhere where you have it mapped to W, I want to map it to up? Everywhere you have it mapped to A, I want it mapped to left. Why can't it be just unified? I had to like write down a small manual of remapping for myself for that game, so I could get everything. It's so annoying sometimes. Post-stream lurk. Alright, Delicious Coffee. Enjoy your lurk, enjoy your resting, and thank you once again for the raid. Have a good lurk. One more balance between what your pinky and thumb can take. Yeah, WAS leaves very little room for your pinky to do anything. If you play beat-em-ups or fighting games on PC, you need keypad for movement inputs, left side is the 6 button stuff. Yeah, like I grew up with arrow keys, everything else feels weird. If I revisit Deus Ex, strongly recommend using one of the overhauls. Alright, can you send me a link to one of those that fixes things without changing? I know that doesn't make sense, fixes the game without changing the game, but without changing it too much. If that makes sense. Like, at least that keeps with the spirit of the game. Very first thing you do in accessibility is make everything remappable. Yeah. Of course. But, I mean, serves me right for being left-handed, I guess. I know this guy... Wait, is this the control room? Because I also... Oh, this is the control room because it's the spot for the boss. So, level 4 doesn't have a terminal room. You know what? I'm gonna go... If level 4 doesn't have it and it's fixed, I would guess it would be on levels 2 and 3. Yeah, my fault. Would you guys believe me if I told you I know this guy who is probably 60 years plus by now, who is left-handed by choice? When he was young, he was a fan of some guy who was left-handed. Then he decided he wanted to be left-handed because of that. Like, why? I'm not saying I'm annoyed with being left-handed or anything, but if I could choose to not be different just so I had trouble using freaking scissors, I would. Did you guys know that is... scissors don't work for me? And I don't understand why. Even if I hold them with my right hand, for some reason they don't seem to work. And I was like, I don't know, when I was a kid, scissors used to work. And my mom goes, yeah, you don't know, we bought left-handed scissors for you all the time. You just didn't realize. Oh, well, that explains a lot. Too bad you didn't like an ambidextrous. Every left-handed person is a little bit ambidextrous just because you have to be. Like, I can use the mouse with my right hand. I'm not good at video games with it. Like, try to play a first-person shooter with my right hand on the mouse is gonna be very suboptimal, but I can use it if that's my only choice. Yeah, most modding I've ever done was for New Vegas, where I followed a guide called Viva New Vegas, which just fixes textures and other shit, but the main game is the same. Yeah, I tried Deus Ex, like vanilla. Like, if Kimiko says the game is flawed in his opinion and an overhaul would fix it, then it would be better than not playing the game at all. I've said that before. You've grabbed them upside down because you handled it too many times. Oh, the scissors upside down. Would that fix it? I've never tried that. You know what sucks? Can openers. I know I've learned how to use them, but can openers as a left-handed is annoying. Well, let me do the research. If my run is good, then you will play those acts as well. There are better overhauls than Shifter. Yeah, when people say they're modding for quality of life, they're like, oh, they're taking farming off or something. Like, quality of life, you get levels faster. That's not quality of life, that's balancing and... Oh, but it lets you finish the game quicker. Okay, but that's not... Quality of life is when you can navigate the inventory without clutter. Quality of life is fixing... is... Sky UI for scarring, which makes it not look like shit on a PC. That's quality of life. Alright, thank you, Kinikos. I'll take a look at that. Does it include a different render or is that set up separately? Double inventory is more than... Yeah, because for a lot of games it's part of the balance, you have to decide carefully. Oh! No, this sends me back to the surface, I don't want it. Letting you remap for something that I should have added. Yeah. Okay, so we did find a terminal on level 3. My guess is there's gonna be another one on level 2, but we haven't found any orbs yet, I don't think. Yeah, quality of life is not when it games the game easier, it's when it makes... Okay, other than obvious accessibility and interface stuff, when it reduces micro, and we're not talking about an RTS. Like, I would accept calling a mod for XCOM Apocalypse that manages some of those aspects for you automatically. I would call that quality of life. And I guess if you think about it, doesn't necessarily make the game easier, it just makes it manageable. Doesn't bother you at all when people are going to make it easier. It grates me when they call them. No! I mean, like I always say, like, enjoy the game however you want to enjoy it. Like, I think games should have a tourist mode, and I don't think people should be berated for using tourist mode. Like, sometimes you want to sit back and relax. Like, not everyone is after a challenge. It's fine. You can all enjoy the things. It doesn't invalidate your experience because the dude saw the ending without hitting his head against the boss for 3 hours. Like, if you're enjoying your games because you get to rubbing other people's faces, I beat this on the hardest because I'm better, you're enjoying them for the wrong reasons. It's okay to enjoy a challenge. It's kind of wrong to enjoy a challenge because it makes you feel superior. Okay, so if I think the terminal is on level 2, where does this thing take me? I think this is one that takes me to level 2, yes. Art is about everyone's unique experiences with a creative work. Yep. You damned me a third-party XA launcher for this accent so can injection quality of life stuff to renders they play nice and modern hardware. Alright, thank you. So like, they aren't admitting they made it easier. It's not bad if they did, just be honest. Yeah, no, that's a hard agree from me. Because they feel like, yeah, if I say that I'm just making it easier, people will be like, oh, the game is already easy as it is. Yeah, it's just one problem feeding the other. Okay, the left one goes down. Because my guess is that the other terminal is on this level. Difficulty is relative anyways, yeah. And I'm not a person who enjoys games for the challenge most of the time. Like, I know there is satisfaction to be had for finally beating a difficult challenge. I'm no stranger to that. But most of the time, a game that is like, oh, this is stupid hard, the aggravation it causes me is bigger than the satisfaction I get from beating it. So there are very, very few games that I have increased the difficulty as a personal choice. I always mention, yeah, levels 2 and 3. But we need the orbs. I don't think we found any orbs. Magic orb, we have to. We could do the boss. I'm not doing the boss right now. I'm gonna do some more farming. But I increased difficulty on Guitar Hero games, because that does make them more enjoyable by a lot. It is not about beating the game and being, oh, finally I beat this fucking thing. No, the doing better is enjoyable. And the other one was when I played Left 4 Dead co-op. We put things in like max difficulty with realism mode, where you have to shoot in the head to kill the enemies. And in part it was because we played that so much. And of course, ARPGs. ARPGs make sense. You are, but you're also not. Really just don't care how hard the game is. It's more in how it is hard or easy. Yep. Like, RPG games are fine to have difficulty, because that's literally like, okay, here's the next tier of testing myself and getting better gear. And there is a limit. There's a point where, okay, I beat the final level, and I can still keep getting stronger. And you can go to a previous level and just demolish everything, and that's enjoyable. Mostly do normal too, whatever is intended. Yeah. And if in normal is too hard, then I'll drop it. Like, life is too short, I guess. Like, there are games where I realize that, you know, I'm not enjoying this, and if I keep at this difficulty, I'll end up just dropping the game. So it's better that I change it. But so I can at least beat the game. Yeah, I mean, if the game is too boring on easy, that's kind of a design issue, unless we're talking tourist mode, which again is fine. You have big things about needing to beat games. Sure, the urge is there, you're glad you don't. I feel Personally, I have a thing with like, oh, I didn't beat the game, like I experienced all of that, but not everything. I should have experienced the ending as well. It feels like a waste. Like I don't want to beat games because, oh, I beat the challenge, I can flex my gamer muscles in front of other people. No, I want to experience the whole thing. Like, and know everything about the game, at least see the ending, I don't know. I don't like leaving things half finished. And if that means lowering the difficulty, I'm okay with that. You have been playing StarCraft 2, just wanted to play for the story, so I've been playing the casual difficulty. Right, which is perfectly fine. And I feel like that kind of like an RTS like that is precisely the kind of game you can easily enjoy, even on a lower difficulty. Like, you're still controlling units, making units, seeing the tech tree. And sure, when it gets to the battle, you just A move and that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna go to the first floor and clear it up a little bit more. You played that game mostly in melee versus a friend, never tried until years later. 5 years to come back with barely look with. I played a lot of... It was one of the last games I did multiplayer seriously. You figure if you wanted a challenge, you can just go back and play on a higher setting. Yeah, you can go back, you can do the... Every mission has like 3 mini achievements you can do in it. It's fine if you want more. You hate when games have high difficulty modes, they don't actually meet enemies anymore. Actually, just bullet sponges. Yeah, that's lazy and dumb and annoying and slow. Like, $100 all very high does is... I didn't see what I got there. Was that an... I don't think that was equipment. Amount of damage you take. Yeah, that's... That's why I liked Left 4 Dead, because it had the director to dictate the pacing of the game, and the director acted differently based on the difficulty setting. That made for a more dynamic, interesting, fun experience. Hardest part of StarCraft for you is, you think, is learning the puzzles of what you have to do. Some races designed to beat you early, not even about skill. It is a... that depends, because... If you're playing against Zerg, you have to scout to see what they're doing, to see if you need to prepare for an early defense. And the thing is, if you know a Zerg is going to rush you, you can prepare, and then they don't have anything. Because if they go too all-in for an early rush, they fall back hard. So you get a very good window of opportunity to just kick their asses. Oh, it was star control. Okay, then I don't know anything about it, sorry. Yeah, I was talking about StarCraft. StarCraft 2 was, of course, very well balanced. It was the whole shtick about it. It can be very punishing, of course, but it's the kind of game that will easily chasing newbies away because they will be like, oh, just you should have scouted. It's not broken, you're dumb. Which, you know, as accurate as it might be, doesn't help keeping people interested in the game, the new ones. Which is kind of a problem with every RTS and fighting game if you care about multiplayer. You didn't like StarCraft 2. Very pretty, you loved it. I liked both StarCrafts for slightly different reasons. Mortal Kombat, the input reading on higher difficulties, yes. Again, it feels a bit lazy, and it also doesn't prepare you if you want to. If you want the single player to prepare you for multiplayer, then it doesn't help. Too deterministic. Every match was too semi. Find each other in 10 to 15 minutes. Person who wins that battle wins the game 10 minutes after that. Oh, that wasn't my experience, but I was probably at a lower skill level than you or something. I did a lot of team matches with friends. And then the entire communication aspect of it gets really intense. No, I mean, it's... You're voicing your concerns in a very reasonable manner. I wouldn't accuse you of being grumpy about losing. There was a time where I had done 45 units all plus. Holy shit, we can give that to... Man, I don't even know who to give that to. Unreal Engine's boss don't prepare you for online play all the same. Running highest the skill, makes them blatantly cheat. Already cheating because they're omniscient. Yeah, I mean, I said that about training you for multiplayer, but it's very rare that any game does. You're a strong intermediate player. I think I could consider myself that back when I played it. Nowadays I would be probably shit. Oh, it's... Okay, it's a chest that sends you back home. Using to adding it because relevant to one's impression. No, I never assumed that. I get it's not necessarily for me. But yeah, that's how usually online discourse goes, right? You're just salty because you're shit. Weft Rod, wait. That's a dumb name. Weft Rod, it increases agility. It's weft because it's winged. Increases agility by 10, even. Okay. What a name. Cure, cure, cure. Nah. I can keep this in case Sunfall dies. Damages to all enemies and to the party. What? No, thank you. Yeah, we got 2 magic orbs. Not a strong RTS player now, that has to be specific RTS regularly to... Yeah, of course, that goes for every RTS game. Man, increases all stats by +3. Okay, good enough. You have too many gains, not enough hours of life. Natural completionist, I think. Yeah, personally I like to play a game, beat it, and be done with it. I like to be able to like shelve it on like a place, okay, done. I can come back to it, but I don't have to. If I play a game and I don't beat it, like Deus Ex, it's always on that spot in my brain where it just annoys me. If it's a fun game, why would you want to be done with it? Because it's part of the experience. Like, just like starting a game can be daunting, but you work through it, beating a game can be the end of you playing it, but it's part of the journey. It's an integral part of the journey. For me, that's how I see it. We did get a lot of experience. Like, if I don't beat the game, it just feels incomplete. 21, we got a lot of function points. Yeah, puzzle games have that problem where they're really fun until the later 20%, where it's just like, why did you have to do that? Experience is different for everyone. Yep. Which does affect what you enjoy in terms of like, in general, like people like certain kinds of games or others. Okay, well, I should put these people to 20. And these people to 24. Also, if I were to attach units, I don't know who to give this to. This is for the fencer. Yep. This is for the analyzer, and this is for the fencer, unless Sunfall... No, Sunfall is fine. So this will be for the fencer. Sensor will be for Sakura. The all plus I'm not gonna use right now. You say problem, you say perk. Yeah. It's on the journey. Yeah, part of it for me is looking back at the journey after I'm done with the game. Like I can put a neat little ribbon on top of it in my memory and just package it into one single, okay, this was good. So 20 for you guys. 20 for you guys. And 24 for you guys. Alright, delicious coffee. Thank you once again for the raid and have a good sleep. You do get what I mean by everything I have said. Yeah, no, we are constantly agreeing to disagree because we have different opinions, because that's the normal thing to do. We already have so much health, man. I don't want to put more. Or carry. We don't need to carry more shit. So we're just gonna be freaking hit everything really hard. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Just demolish everything. Okay, and I'm gonna do a dive for the boss, but first we should check this. We missed a few enemies apparently. Okay, so we have the boss is a dragon. Is this a dragon? One of the most formidable mechanized creatures. Its breath and tail power have the same strength. Okay, so both ends. That dragon, really. Then we have Medusa, which is a reskin from the Naga. Evil mechanized monster. Oh, the other ones are not evil. With a snake body, its glance lowers human life force and power. The Stealth Reaper. Alright, that's not his mouth, it's just really... Eerie looking humanoid monster uses a poisonous dagger to slowly chop up its victims. Then we have a skull machine. Man, I love these names. This weaponic monster only has a skull and a spine. It makes a kamikaze attack on opponents. Oh, is that why we take a lot of damage sometimes? Man, it's really trashing about here. Skull machine. And another sorceroid. Type 2 sorceroid throws out storm spells and lowers opponents' offensive powers. That kerning. Outstorm. That kerning, by god. Then we have the metallic slime. Unrelated to the other ones. A bio-liquid weaponic monster. The core is covered with liquid metal gel. Have the armored Cyclops, which is good. It's a Cyclops, but armored. We had a Cyclops before. Mechanized Cyclops with heavy armor and enhanced offensive capabilities. A Crab Gunner. Large armed crab. Huge claws and rapid fire guns are mounted on its body. Man, that gun was such a surprise. And then the Golem. And the Golem, his unique weaponic monster, is made of junk metal parts. Every attack can cause heavy damage. It has a bunch of extra arms. Man, this one, like... They really outdid themselves with this design. I wouldn't mind this as a boss. And there's only 3 more enemies after this. One of them is gonna be the boss. So the last level only has 2 enemies? Interesting. Alright, I'll try to die for the boss. Which means diving for level 2 first and skipping fights. Okay. Quick dive for level 2. Good. Now we need to find a terminal, then dive for level 3. Wait, I'm gonna kill these because they're new enemies we hadn't seen before. Which might mean that there's only one enemy on the last floor. Okay, they could just be reusing enemies on the last floor. What if it is a boss rush? Oh god. What if it is a boss rush? Now I'm worried. Okay, some of these are... I don't need to escape. They're not gonna do any damage before they die. And speaking of delicious coffee, we bought like some of the best coffee I've ever gotten recently. Like really freaking bold, but not acidic or bitter at all, even though it's a dark roast. And the best thing is, this is like very, very good Brazilian coffee. Because of course it's Brazilian, it's where I live. I bought a bag of over 2 pounds of coffee beans, roasted coffee beans. Ah, shit. I don't want this yet. For less than $20. And I know coffee is really expensive nowadays, but still, that was a pretty good deal. And it goes really well with my current techniques for coffee making. Okay, the one to the right is the one that goes down. But I need to find the terminal. And I had coffee before the stream, now I want to have more. Which I can't, of course, I have to go to bed after this. It would be a bad idea. The cool gun. It's not that cool. Yeah, I have to go there. Where is the terminal game? I'm avoiding certain doors because it's unlikely that it's going to be on an edge of the map. Guard glove. That guy has 100 defense. It's pretty good. Iron Helm. Shoot, we're getting upgrades on a boss dive. Which I don't like because a boss dive might mean losing everything. Another shoulder gear. Shit, this is... Okay, we can kill this guy, fine. Still shot us. Well, whatever. It's not going to be here. I don't think there's enough space there. I'm escaping this. Yeah, not there. Sure. I think it's only going to attack once. Yep. Almost didn't. That's a good item as well. Okay, this one is just lost. What are you doing here, lady? Yeah, I'm starting to get worried. There might not be a terminal here. I was pretty sure it was 2 and 3. But if there's no terminal here, then it's not fixed, which makes the boss dive more complicated. Because before, okay, Terminal 2, Terminal 3, boss on 4. No need to fully explore 1 or 4. Got this fancy looking tea today. All this coffee talk convinced you to make the caffeine-free one. I got really into this one tea that I got, which is like... Don't know if I can remember everything. Hang on, I can actually see on my purchase. I'm not the biggest fan of tea. Always been a coffee fiend ever since I was a kid. But this is one tea. Here it's... I don't know the name of one of these things in English. Okay. It's a green tea with apple that I can't really taste in it, but mostly has ginger, cinnamon, and clove. And it's really spicy and it tastes really sweet and bold and I freaking love it. And I'm not a fan of tea in general. You got one like that? Yeah, they can be very good, very spicy. I still want to finish the box just so I'm not wasteful, but I got this hibiscus tea. It's a little bit too much for my palate. It's fine, but a bit much. It has caffeine. Oh, you're avoiding caffeine, okay. Just making mint tea now. Yeah, I'm on a good spot with caffeine. It still perks me up a little bit, but like I'm not sluggish without it. It doesn't make me jumpy or anything. God damn it, terminal. I think that's the edge of the map, so the terminal can't be there. That would mean I would have to go back to level 1 to find the terminal. Matcha tea. The one British idiot. I don't know what matcha tea is. Oh, you mean yerba mate? Stimulants help you focus. They help me a little bit, not that much, like... It's very subdued, the effect for me. Busting Blade, it's quite an upgrade, yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing a boss dive now, we got too many good things. But... Matcha, a popular form of green tea in Japan. Oh, okay. We do have a lot of... We do have this regional tea called chimarrão, which is made with yerba mate. We got that from the indigenous people in my region. And basically you use this wooden cup and you fill half of it with yerba mate, and then you put in like a sort of a metallic straw to drink. And it's really freaking good. Like, some people find it bitter. I freaking love it. It does have a little bit of caffeine in it. Sounds a lot of the ingredients what you call chi tea over there, which is your favorite of all time. Yeah, it's currently my favorite. I'm not too experienced with tea, but that one is pretty freaking amazing. Oh, here, is this a terminal? I think that's the terminal. So the terminals can be on different floors. Yes, they can. Just on the edge of struggling to stay awake. It may be hurt you if you're trying to fall asleep, that's about it. Yeah, I don't know, I've had coffee before when I was, like, yawning through work. It didn't stop me from yawning through work. I think caffeine can affect me, but I need to have a lot of it. Which I usually don't. Like, when I prepare coffee for myself, it's like 9 grams. For 150 milliliters. And that doesn't quite do much for me. What I can't do is energy drinks. I used to get, when I was younger, I used to get Red Bull every now and again because I like the taste, believe it or not. I think it tastes really great. I had to stop drinking because I could feel my heart pounding and breaking. It was kind of scary, so I quit. There was this man, probably 2/3 of your parents' age from yours. He was so addicted to caffeine and coffee, he warned you not to get hooked on caffeine. Oh, interesting. For some people, like, it is a stimulant, it can be addicting. And we all know people that literally can't function without it. Like, I miss coffee because I really like it, but if I go a few days without it, it's whatever. I get the cravings like I would get for it. Anything. Let's figure out something body adjusts to start to very little for you to get used to them. Oh, there's someone poisoned. Should have seen that before. You're British, of course you like tea. Yeah, I had figured that. Took one sip and noped out. Like I said, I like it, but I know it's not a good idea. Usually see people in soda. I do miss soda a lot. But it's more of a craving because I do soda that is not caffeinated and sugar free as well. So it's more of a craving thing. Stop drinking energy drinks as much when you started taking your health seriously. Prefer the flavored Red Bulls. Man, they had this energy drink here made with passion fruit. Was one of them... was incredibly bizarre to drink. Because passion fruit has a calming effect, but then the energy drink kicks in and you're just like... I'm relaxed, I swear I'm relaxed. It was really good, but I didn't have a lot of it. You have a friend who would drink like 3-6 energy drinks a day. That's not healthy. That's not healthy, and you can't quit that quickly, I don't think, without going through withdrawal. 1-2 of the 5-hour energies. All sorts of health issues. You don't say. What a coincidence. Not related. Doesn't even do. I was reading chat, I didn't see the item. It was nothing, I think. Years ago, he doesn't anymore, but damn. I mean, either he doesn't do it anymore or he's not alive. There's no middle ground. Here comes Kinikos. You drink extremely strong energy drinks multiple times a day, your heart rate doesn't change. Well, not everyone has the metabolism of a freaking dragon, I guess. I mean, maybe energy drinks wouldn't do as much for me nowadays, but... they're fucking expensive anyway, like who cares? I'm not gonna... At least down here, they're stupid expensive. He is alive. Well, that was close. Man, we can carry so much. And our guys are still rank X or something. V. Okay, we got upgraded to V minus. It's good. Let me see, I got a new Wait, no? Those weren't new? Oh, here, Shadow Elemental. A shadowy ghost-like monster. Lich summons this monster in many cases. Lich. The worst undead weaponic monster, has powerful magical power and creates instant death to humans. I don't like the sound of that, no. Okay, all of this is complete then. We're missing these two for some reason. In that one. He was a large man. I bet that wasn't a problem for him. Well, even the very large need an automobile? Man, I had a friend like that. That was like almost 2 meters tall. And he drove a very, very small car. And he had to be curved inside the goddamn car. And I never brought it up. Because that would be rude. Of course. But goddamn it, it hurt my back to see him driving. Okay, so I'm gonna assume at least that we're not gonna have more than one terminal per level. And once again, I'm trying for a boss dive. So I'll run away from fights that cost too much health. Like this one. And I'll try to rush to the terminal and to the elevator. Okay, that's the elevator already. But there could be a terminal in here. Going off the liking Red Bull taste, people think you're bad shit because you like the taste of tobacco. I like the smell of tobacco. Like when I was a kid, I smoked from a pipe a few times, and it smelled really good, really like, I don't know. Really like the smell, but you know, without the actual, because it's not the tobacco that's the problem with stuff like cigarettes. It's the other stuff that I don't know the name of in English. As a little kid, you liked it. Both are a problem. Yeah, no, I'm talking specifically about smell. Of course, all of it is bad for your health. Yeah, you can't breathe in safely anything burning. That's true. No, I'm not... Please, I'm not saying it's okay, anyone, okay? Smoking is bad. No exceptions. Guard glove, scale glove. I was talking specifically about smell. Tobacco smells less bad than the other shit. Like when you're annoyed with the smell of someone smoking, it's not the tobacco. Can you run away, please? Thank you. When you run away, the enemy pod disappears. So it's the same as beating it, you get rid of it. We have this place in the mall in the basement, tobacco. Pure miniatures, fantasy creature inlaid with cheap gems and mall ninja weapons. I have a mall ninja sword that someone gifted me when I was younger. I didn't buy it, I didn't ask for it. It would be rude for me to get rid of it, and I was a kid. Those are all my defenses. And of course kids liked it. Totally have bought them if you had the means. Yeah, I probably would too, if I'm being honest. Okay, I don't think we have a terminal on this level. Based on what I have seen. So I'm gonna skip this level. Yeah, I have it. It's over there, actually. I need to wipe it down a little bit. It's a bit dusty. As you can imagine, I don't bother with it. It's quite well made. It is obviously purely ornamental, but shit. Creating of this stream quality for... Okay, let me pause the timer real quick. Just to get a better camera here. Pipe tobacco is very different from rolling tobacco or straights. Yeah, it is. So it's this. It has like a dragon printed here, and then it has like these ornamental details, and it's very dusty. Then it has like a little rope tied up here, and then the thing with the... There's like a dragon and everything, like with a bevel. And then more thing here. And then of course it can't. And then of course it has... It opens and everything, like... And then it has... It's a short blade, it's not... And of course it's completely dull. But yeah, it looks cool. And it feels surprisingly heavy for it being nothingness. Overall, it was a thoughtful gift for a kid. I enjoyed having this a lot. So yeah, back here. Resume timer. Watch out, he has a dull blade. Yeah, and if I decide to cut someone with it, it's gonna hurt even more. How dare you have something classy? Is it classy? Is it? Looks pretty nice for what it is. Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't think nowadays you would find a... Like, I think if you try to buy one of these nowadays, it would probably be kind of shit. In terms of quality. Like, you would pay more for something worse. Okay, so this is the elevator to the next level. So going down is the up one. So it's the opposite, okay. Okay, I don't think this is a terminal room, but I have to... No, it isn't. Mall Ninja is all about counterproductive blades sticking out all over the place. It's classier compared to what you think about Mall Ninja. You know, yeah, you know, fairness. It is nicer what I would think about Mall Ninja stuff as well. Also, Mall Ninja is kind of like a state of mind. Like, you have to be someone who look so badass. While you were off, like, meeting chicks, I was studying the blade. Maybe cheaply constructed. Yeah. It's ornamental, like it's supposed to look cool. Maybe that's and that's it. As long as you don't expect any more from it. Only just StarCraft 2 of RTSs. Pretty flashy, not much substance. Got him. Yeah. And this level's annoying with finding the terminals. Because there's a very small chance I left a terminal on the first level, but it's like minuscule. Because I'm pretty sure you couldn't fit terminal there. The spaces we had. I'm avoiding the fights to maintain resources because this is a boss dive. I'm gonna ignore the chests as well. Because if we do a boss dive and it fails, we lose everything anyway. Okay, I guess we kill them. I was trying to run away. It's not my fault they wanted to die. Ah, no, that's not a terminal. And no, I don't think I've ever smelled opium. Much less crack. I always assumed crack smelled of, like, chemicals. Like that kind of offensive stuff you smell at a hospital. I don't know why I always assumed that. I mean, if it wasn't obvious, I'm not well versed in drugs. My whole experience with drugs was like 3 cigarettes when I was a teenager. That's it. Like regular cigarettes. And that already felt rebellious as hell. There could still be on that corner. So I have to check there. There's probably a terminal in here. I think you're the crazy person for not liking the smell of tobacco anymore. Also can stand the smell of coffee. You did mention that, yes, that you like the taste of coffee, but you can't stand the smell. Especially on the aisle. Yeah, you did mention that. It's one of the best smells that exists, so yeah. I'm sorry for the wires in your brain. You have a couple of drug addict relatives. Crack is like dirty chemicals. Opium is sickeningly strong smell, very overwhelming. Is opium like sweet, the smell? Because that's what I would think opium would smell like. Overly sweet, like cheap perfume. But yeah, dirty chemicals, that's what I think of when I think of crack. You don't think you said you liked... I think you said something along the lines you rather drink it than smell it, I think. Kind of like Turkish coffee. Never had it. It's the most finely ground coffee for Turkish coffee. Doesn't taste as bad as it smells. There are some foods that are very popular around here that are like that. There are foods that I can't even... I haven't ever tried them, even though I tried most every foods at least once. That I haven't tried because I couldn't get near the plate because it smelled so bad. There is no space to fit a terminal in here. So they can have a terminal on level 4 is what you're telling me, game? Want to get that elevator. Like there is this one which I think is made with a stomach of a cow. I can't stand the smell of that thing. It's disgusting. How the hell do people expect me to try it if I can't get close to the plate? Open is very earthy and sweet smelling. Yeah, that kind of tracks with what I was thinking. Coffee, chocolates. Coffee flavored food that includes coffee taste. I'm not a big fan of that most of the time. Cinnamon, man, cinnamon is like the second best smell there is after coffee. Okay, this is this one of the terminals? I think it... No, it isn't. Yeah, no, the walls are wrong. You can tell by the... This one is a terminal. Okay, door, and then I can skip to the elevator. Vanilla, man! I freaking love vanilla. I think it would be third best smell. I think it's still behind cinnamon, but vanilla is amazing. You can go overboard with it. I can understand that, but I disagree. Vanilla is freaking awesome. Hello there, Shinlog, Vince heads. I'm still ignoring the chests, I'm still going for a boss dive. I just need to find a terminal in the boss room. Ah, that's from Out of This World, right? Yeah, looks like it. From the end of the first stage. Played that game so freaking much. Although the version I played the most was the SNES one. Have I been to a gentleman's club? No. All the dances are doused in vanilla perfume? No, definitely not. Those are the times you're talking about. You got some of that spray for yourself. I mean... A person shouldn't smell of vanilla. That's just wrong. Alright. Like that's like a person smelling of caramel or something. That's just... No. Ah, great for mosquito repellent. I think I've heard of that. Man, that's why I'm not a mosquito. I would be attracted to that. This person smells like vanilla. I gotta take a bite. Oh, this is the terminal. If I were a mosquito, I'd be in a gentleman's club all night. Yeah. Yeah, probably. I'll probably wear a monocle and say hip hip cheerio to the other mosquitoes as well. I say, my good man, that lassie over there smells mighty fine tonight. Okay, now I just need to find the boss room. It shouldn't be too hard. Right, but isn't this one, right? No. I think this is the big portal that I'm not carrying keys for, because it's pointless for us. Is this the boss room? No. I think we can kill the boss, actually. We just need to find the room. You also absolutely love the smell of fennel. What is fennel? Hang on. They make tea out of that down here. I think I don't like the smell of that, but I don't remember. Licorice is divisive. It is. I've seen people be completely disgusted by it. Oh, people who hate licorice still like the tea. That's interesting. I've learned recently that because I started trying to munch down on a single roasted bean of coffee. And I've learned that I can already tell how the coffee is going to taste like based on the bean. Which of course makes a lot of sense, but I didn't realize it was like so easy to translate. Like I'm at a point where I can probably eat a bean of coffee and already know how fine I need to grind it to get it to my taste. The way they made candles out of black licorice really gave it a bad name. I think licorice isn't really good in that way. Okay, is this the boss room? It looks like a boss room to me. It is. Okay. I'm gonna... I know that I'm not gonna use the small ones during the boss fight anyway. I'm going to change the battle to full. Big pizza enjoyer. Your favorite pizza has fennel. I've never... What? I mean, put some chocolate and ice cream and Doritos on your pizza. Don't put fennel in it. What are you doing? That's disgusting. Yeah, Tiger King. Okay. How offensive. Yes. Yeah, see? Even the British is offended, and they don't know anything about food. I'm just kidding. Alright, let's go, chat. Oh, nice sprite. I like it already. Oh, freaking nice. Is this one of the gods of magic already? Holy shit, it's sitting atop a throne of lies. Man, what a cool freaking model. I mean, I've learned recently how to do it, put some burgers, hot dogs, and lasagna in your pizza. Yeah, see it? We'll see if it gets it. Man, what an amazing model. With all those arms properly animated and everything. And it's not doing any damage. This is gonna be easy. But I've learned that Italians don't like... they don't accept you ordering a cappuccino after lunch. And I'm like, why? Why would you have to be so specific? Okay, the boss is... It has to have a catch. It has to do some weird-ass spell at some point. And just jack us over. Humans have the greatest delusions of grandeur about food. Biggest squares about it feels bad. Come on, no bullying. The problem with Italian, like, food is that I like most of it, except for their pizzas. Most of what is... like, there is no such thing as, like... genuine Italian pizza, right? Because it's not like a single thing. But usually what is sold as genuine Italian pizza, and usually what you find over there, is just so... It's a bit bland. Oh, they put cheese, some tomato sauce, some greens, and that's it. Like, even pepperoni is already pushed, you know? Like, where's the pineapple? Where is the fried chicken? Way overhyped and bridged. It's a cultural thing. Like, I'm not. Okay, here's the catch, right? This is gonna get us checked, right? No, he didn't. Pizza's origin is a poor people food. Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. I'm not knocking on anyone's culture or cuisine. I wouldn't dare. I can appreciate it, but at least over here they sell that pizza as like fancy and expensive, and I think that's overdoing it. Okay, easy, boss. I was worried. Because they gatekeep their ways being the way. That's bullshit. I'm glad I don't care. Like, you can look at us funny. We're still going to make sushi with Doritos. Deep fried sushi with Doritos and pizza with ice cream and chocolate. Like, we laugh at your rules. Okay, we got level 9 done. We only have one more. Amazing. I think we might finish this on the next stream. Admire our daringness. Yeah, We just don't... we don't respect our palates. We don't respect our own bodies. Why would we respect someone else's foods? Right. Italians are pig-headed and arrogant. Jesus. What did Italians do to you guys? Okay. I had no idea you guys had such strong opinions on Italians. Holy crap, alright. It's good to know. I had no idea the animosity was there. I can exploit that for my own benefit. Part Italian, so you get a pass. Alright. Well, we have Italian colonization down here. There is a lot of Italian stuff here. It's really seeped into my neck of the woods. So I'm fine criticizing them. Like I know their descendants pretty well. I think they would give me a pass. Yeah, just don't really care. Like, if they're gonna be worried about rules, we're just gonna disrespect them anyway. Passes don't matter. Alright, well, I'm gonna stop the timer here. And we're gonna come back to this game and maybe finish it next week.